Good morning. The very interesting guy, Warren Buffett. You know him. Several years in the neighborhood. And the thing is with Warren Buffett, he's a very interesting guy because he is actually made his own money. Okay? And the fact that he's made his own money is one of the richest men in the world. And recently there was an interview with him. And journalists asked, Mr. Buffett, what is your secret? How you made your money? And you know, probably the journalist was waiting for some secret or some formula. But Warren Buffett answered something very, very interesting. He said, actually, I have two secrets. The first, I had a lot of luck. And it's very interesting. The idea is that he contribute or see his wealth as luck. It's very important. That means the result of his activity, I repeat, result of his activity, it's luck. And then he said, I will reveal you the second secret. And the second secret was, I always knew to see opportunities. So actually, the question is, this combination of luck and capture opportunities, that's the formula. And I want to dedicate really the short opening for this session about those two things, okay? I want to talk about what is the secret of how we can see opportunities, seize the opportunities, or the other question, why we don't see opportunities, why we are avoid opportunities that we have. And definitely in this time that the market is changing, okay? So the question is, what hides our opportunities? The answer is really simple. What hides our opportunities is our plans. In the moment that we have a very stiff and clear plan, when we know exactly what we want to do, that's the moment we don't see the opportunity in front of us. As long as we know exactly what and everything is clear and everything is detailed, we cannot see opportunities because we know what we want. So the reality for us at that moment, it's not relevant because we have the GPS. And the GPS Waze tells us left, right, left, right. But here's the opportunity shortcut. We don't see it because it's very clear to us what is the plan. The problem with us, and all of people here, managers or have experience, knows that when we have good ideas or when we have a good plan, investment, development, usually we fall in love with it. We fall in love with the plan and we think we are so genius. There's a beautiful caricature that you see two guys sitting on a roof. Around them it's all flood, and one said to his partner, you see, our campaign for floating boats was very successful. No, darling, there was a flood, it was pure luck, and you were in that moment. But you know that Nixon said, yeah, the winner has many, many brothers and sisters, but failure is often. Yeah, because we are so full of ourselves, and we think that we have great ideas and great plans. Instead of, let go, and he said, maybe the reality wants to tell us something. But when you want to capture opportunities, you have to have very important characteristics. You have to be flexible. Because it means that you don't have security anymore. And look at us. What we have, most of us, we have stability. But the baby that was just born have the 100% flexibility. He can take his feet to his mouth, but he doesn't have stability. So actually, those two powers that all the time plays with us, stability and flexibility, this is actually in a certain stage works against us. We want to see the opportunities, we want to seize the moment, we want to see exactly what we can do, but in the same time, constantly, we rather to have the stability. But this stability is the same reason that we don't see the opportunity. So, if I will want to finish my let's say, intro for these 2 days, I will finish now. If you will bear in mind the two principles that the flexibility, the opportunities, the only way to see the opportunity or see the reality is by have less plan. Opposite, to throw the plan. But I want to use, because we started late, I want to take another fragment of time to put some meat to the bone, what I said now. There is one of the world military operation, Overlord. It's the invasion to Normandy. Until today in the human history, was never so complicated, vast participant of soldiers. 2 million soldiers in the UK was planned to invade Normandy. This is a very, very careful plan. I really recommend, if you don't have nothing to do and you have a lot of time, read the book, The Invasion of Normandy, 1,000 pages, and it's really, really elaborate exactly how they did it. But you really have to be very bored to do it. But I will give you the shortcut. The issue is, for several years they planned this operation. They took all the strip of Normandy, cut it for five beaches, Omaha, Utah, and other names, and the idea was that in the moment they crossed the channel, each commander had a file with his target. It was the level up to small unit of 13 people. So the commander of 15 people knew exactly what is waiting for him to the other side. 100% plan. But amazingly for those guys, and it's really amazingly, they knew that you cannot create a situation that everybody, if you are talking about 500,000 soldiers that have to commute from one point to another, you cannot stick to the plan. So you know what they did? They said, having said that the plan is very strict, and you know exactly when you want to go, you, Mr. Commander, you, the small regiment commander, if you see that you are not landing in the spot, throw the plan. I repeat, if you would, that was the order. If you would see that the plan that you had is not relevant for the moment that you land, throw the plan. You don't need a plan. Improvise. See the opportunity and the place. See how you can get your target. Okay? That's the idea. And I think that this big operation has something to us to learn. So what we see that result is a matter of chance, of luck. I know you don't like it. But our intention is planning. Again, the result we have, it's really a matter of luck. But our intention is not. We're very planned intention. We are doing our plan. But what I want to offer today, it's a different view in a sense about how we see the reality. So, actually, our plans are cutting us the reality. We don't see because it's our expectation. We want to expect to see things, and we want to achieve things, but we have a plan. Thomas Kuhn, maybe you know about him, is a philosopher of science. And he was dealing with paradigm, on changing on paradigm. It's a very, again, if you are very bored and you have a lot of time, there's a very fine book of the nature of scientific revolution by Thomas Kuhn, and he deals about the people who saw the reality different. Like Einstein, like, how you call it, Copernicus, like Darwin. It's the idea of people who saw something in the reality that nobody else saw before them. Again, people that saw something that was there all the time, but none of us could see it. So Thomas Kuhn wanted to know what is the psyche, what is the profile of those people. Who are those people who can see that what nobody can see? So in the page of 30 in this book, the Hebrew version, I don't know the Russian one, he tells an experiment that was done with psychology student. It's actually a very simple experiment. What they did, they took student and they showed them a card from a card deck. Yeah? The guy was entering to the room. They opened a card deck and they showed him. The card deck was very simple. One card was 9 red heart. Okay? They show and they ask him, what do you see? And the guy said, 9 red heart. Okay, fine. And the second card was 6, how you call it? Club black. Okay? What do you see? 6 club heart, black. And again, and do it fast, and he answered the same, and he answered the same, and he answered the same. So the guy said, no, I'm good at that. So after the experiment, they said, listen, you do very good. You know how to read cards. Unbelievable. So you win, and you go to the second stage. But it's experiment. There's no stages. You cannot win in experiment. But never mind. It was, when people get the compliment, they feel that we are very good. And they asked him to go to the other room. He went to the second room, and in the second room was the same. It was a deck, another guy. But what this guy did, he showed them a card that doesn't exist in the deck. He showed them red 9, I tell you exactly, because this is card, it's not this. Club 9 red. You know it's club? How it's like, you know how it looks? How we say it in Russian? What is the sign of club? Yeah? So, red club 9 doesn't exist, and black heart 6. Okay? The shocking part, 100% didn't see it. When they asked, what do you see? They actually said what they saw in the other room. Okay. You showed the card. So they said, let's have a trick. Let's tell the people. Let's tell the people, listen, you're wrong. It's not the right card. What do you think happened? 10% of the people understood the mistakes. I'm sorry. 10%. 80% was consisting saying that this is the right card. And the other 10%, they just, said cards that does not exist. Yeah? But never mind, that's the other psychologically department problem. Okay? Look at us, guys. It's us. The fact that we don't see the reality has so many research. The fact is that we have our expectation on the reality, and we are searching something that exists there, was proven again and again and again. So what happened? Actually, because it's our expectation, we don't see the opportunity. And our expectation is always on the past. To have this summit, it's a really important need, because reality change. And what it means change. Because all of us, I love to change. I love change. Change is very good. Very good organization. Change is very positive. I'm a change guy. Yeah? I'm changing. But this is a very nice part of change. But what is the other side of change? The other side of change is problems. Yes. Change creates problems. Problems I don't know. Problems, I don't like it. There's a lot of problems. I don't want it. But hey, that's the mirror of the change. If you don't have problems, trust me, you are not changing. There's a club Bashi, 0 problem. Nobody bothers, nobody talks, everybody in time study, everything's okay, fine. In club Bashi, there's no problem, but there's no change. You want to know if you're experiencing change? Look in the graph of the problems. It means that you are changing. But when our attitude towards the problem, what we see towards the problem, it's yesterday. So, what we know, we have to break what we have. Our good friend Nietzsche said once, if you know this phrase, when you go to think with a hammer. Why to think with a hammer? Because you have to break what you know. They asked Descartes, the philosopher, tell us, what is the best quality of philosophy? So he thought, people will say creativity, good memory, intelligent. You know what they said his answer was? To forget. When you come to reality and you forget what you know, there's an option you will see the opportunities. There's an option you will see something different that was not expected to see. So how we do it? How we come to reality and see the opportunities? Big spoiler. I don't know. I don't know. If I knew, I will be much rich man. Yeah, I promise you. Okay, but I want to the end of my intro to steal another 5 minutes in your time and to talk about some phenomenon that for me it's something to learn of. I'm a Jew. I'm sorry. I didn't responsible. It's just a heritage. It happened. Yeah. We didn't choose it, but I'm a Jew. And in the Jewish tradition, culture, there's something very interesting. There's a book called Talmud. I know Russian knows it. I don't know how many Russian knows what it is, but it's a very basic book in the Jewish religion and culture. So the Talmud is a canonic book. What is canonic book? Canonic means a basic book that you are not arguing about it. But with this you can argue, like a constitution. Yeah, it's a canonic document. So you're not arguing about the Russian constitution, but with the Russian constitution you can analyze laws and others if it's coincide. The Roman law, all the basic books of the universe, it's a canonic. That means it's a basic book of the culture or the religion. So the Talmud, it's a canonic. But there's something very, very funny in the Talmud. I will give you a very short introduction of the Jewish culture. The Talmud, it's a conflict and controversy deal. What you will read in the Talmud, it's only conflict. If you open the Talmud, you say, Rabbi A said this, and Rabbi A said this, and they don't agree. Stop. Now I'm a bit lost. So the canonic book, the Talmud, doesn't give me nothing, it gives me conflict. It gives me argumentation, yes or no, but listen, I want law, I want specific order, what to do. Because what how you say it? You'll help me. Conflict, but in a nice British word. Conversity, no. Exactly. Controversy. The issue of controversy, it's against authority. Yeah? Kids. You have kids? You know, small things that runs all the time and make noise. Kids, yes. So kids, he goes to his mother. When I can go to sleep? 8 o'clock. Okay. He goes to the father. Father, when I can go to sleep? 9. What happened at this moment? When the baby will go to sleep? At 11. Because the authority was broken. Okay? So how the Jews made the canonic book as a conflict, as a controversy book. How it could be. What actually they wanted to gain. What it helped to create. The answer is, really, I have 1 minute? Yeah? 1 minute. Actually, the answer, and again, I need you concentrate. In the Jewish culture, there's 2 parties. One house of Hillel and one house of Shammai. Never mind. Those guys was fighting all the time. Yeah? House of Hillel was fighting with Shammai. He said, I'm doing like this all the time. And they were discussing who is right. So in the Talmud, there is a discussion who is right. Because they decide on the law. So one opposition to another. You understand? One named Hillel and one Shammai. And listen the idea. It's a text from 5,000 years ago. Unbelievable. So there was discussion. Who is right? Hillel right or Shammai? And then voice from God came and says the following. Listen. They said, Shammai is right and Hillel is right. Okay, stop. You know the Jewish joke that there's a rabbi, he's a judge, and he sit in front of, part A, party A, party B, and part A enter. And he said, this guy, very bad. So the rabbi said, you're right. And Mr. B entered. This guy, he did bad. He said, you are right. And they go, so his wife said, Rabbi, how it could be? They're enemies and they're both right. He said, you are right too. That's it. So, how it could be that Hillel is right and Shammai is right, and the law by Hillel. the law, it will be only in one party. And the voice of God says the following. Because in school of Shammai, they teach only Shammai. But the school of Hillel, they teach Shammai Toja. So actually, the way to understand reality, to see it at full, is to see the opposite of the reality, to teach it too. To see what it doesn't exist, or what you are not expected, or what is your opposition. If in your school, they teach the opposition. If in your school, or in your organization, you are giving a place for people that really are so fucking stupid, sorry for my French, yeah? They are so, I don't want. But they are not, or in your organization is an echoing of what the general manager is saying. If you remember Echo, she's from the Greek mythology. She was in love with, what his name? Narcissus. And she was crying all the time until her voice was gone. To say, Narcissus, I love you. So the God-given punishment. You will not have your voice, you will always use other people's voice. This is Echo. You listen? By the Greek mythology, Echo is the one who used other people's voice. So what organization we are that echoing our thoughts or bringing thoughts that we don't accept and don't agree. And this is our challenge. Because our challenge in the end of the day is to create in our organization place that we don't agree, and it's not our way. Etanin Nasha. This is not what we do. In our organization, we do totally different things. And the key is listening. And what is the art of listening? When people do like this, they don't listen to you. Again, when you talk with somebody, he's doing like this, that's it, forget it, he's not there. When your colleagues, that's it, gone, they're not there. The art of listening is when you start listening, you are ready to change your opinion. You are ready to change your opinion. Not to justify what you already know. So if we can listen to each other and have a discussion in which we are willing to listen and change our position. Tolstoy, you know him, said a beautiful phrase. He said, in any journey, when you finish it, you become a better person. Unbelievable. Again, in any journey that you do, when you finish it, you are a better person. So here I want to tell you, if you had a conversation, a discussion, and you didn't change, and the other part didn't change, you didn't have a discussion. You just came, made what you think, and go. So guys, thank you for coming. I wish that we will try to present you really not the mainstream activity that you have here. I hope that you will listen, and I hope you will break what you know that you have, and I hope maybe after these 2 days you will see new opportunities. Thank you very much.